Boom. What's going on, everybody? You see it. I am back like I never left. You know what I mean? Oh, fix my green screen there. Okay. Yes, man. Hope everybody's doing good. Appreciate y'all. See how we just jump in here. Me make sure that everything is looking good over here. I think we're good. I think we are right. Let me yeah, I think we're straight. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate y'all as always. Y'all know how we do, how we give it up, man. It's a Thursday. It's wild to actually do the show on a Thursday. The Knicks play like every single Thursday in life. So I've been having to switch this show to Fridays. I'm just happy to be able to do it on a Thursday, man. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more busy because you're coming straight from work and, it's a little difficult sometimes, but you know what? We make it happen. We make it happen. So I hope everybody's doing well. Good to see y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA wrap up. We here. We here. Shout out to the peoples in the building. Shout out to Jalbino 59, a new member to the show, or a returning member. Either way, appreciate you. Thank you for showing love to Nothing But Knicks. I'm sure my guy Simeon Russell appreciates that, as well as Harlem CEO in the building, also another member. Appreciate you, Harlem. Thank you for being here as always. Appreciate you. Shout out to my guy Kerry Cox. Appreciate you. He said, salute, Sim. Nah, it's just me, baby. What up, Kerry? Appreciate you, man. Louisiana Knicks is in the building. Salute. What's going on? My guy Kareem Grant is here. Salute. What's happening, twin? So yeah, man, we are rocking and rolling. There's a lot of stuff happening around the NBA. There's not a lot left, guys. I know it's tough. I'm still dealing with it myself, but the season's almost over. It's crazy, man. There's only about 10 games left for most teams. Maybe there's some teams that are still off by a game or so, but yeah, it's about 10 games left. Yo, man, I feel like some people might think, man, the season took a minute to get here. I feel like the season, like it was like this in an instant. You blink and it's over. Yeah, so I don't know how I'm feeling about it. I'm in my feelings right now. Like, I'm like, come on, man. I can't believe it. Basketball. I mean, we're gonna get into the playoffs, so that's gonna be some fun times, but I still feel like it's too quick. What we gonna do? We just got to make the best of it and enjoy it for what it is. I know I'm excited no matter what because obviously the Knicks are playing well. But there's other teams around the league that are pretty interesting that are doing things that I think a lot of fans will be excited about. I mean, OKC fans definitely got to be excited because that team is doing, a lot around the league. And, not a lot of people saw that coming. I mean, maybe some people saw it. I personally didn't see them being, uh, you know, this solid, this fast. I thought it would still take a little. They're a young team. I still thought it'd take a little bit more time, but they got the right mix of players. They got the right coach. He's getting a lot out of those guys over there, so can't be mad at it, man. All you can do is just say, "Hey, you know what? It's a fun time for basketball." That's pretty much it. That's all you can say. But anyway, let's get down to it, y'all. You know what I mean? Let's get it cracking. And you know what? I like to say, let's get into the news, man. You know what I mean? Because there's some stuff around the league happening. All right. First up to bat is Mitchell Robinson, folks. Yeah, you see it. Mitchell Robinson returns after being out 50 games. That's a long time, man. I mean, I knew he had been out for a minute, but damn, 50 games. It didn't even seem like that many games, but 50 games. Jeez, man. That's a long time. Um, and so what it does is it puts the Knicks in a very interesting situation because now they can start developing chemistry again with another player that can pay instant dividends for the team. He's going to make them that much better. And so I think that you know I think the Knicks are in a really good position. Hopefully, he can stay healthy down the stretch and into the playoffs. He'll spell Hartenstein, give Hartenstein a break and a breather. He'll also be able to, you know, hopefully at some point be able to play with OG out there. And we can really get to see, Mitchell Robinson unleashed, unlocked, whatever you want to call it, because having two defensive demons around there, like a defensive center and a defensive forward, we can havoc. And then you got the Deuce who's on the loose. I mean, yo, man, these Knicks, yo, just saying, don't sleep. By the time you wake up, it could be over. As my guy Bernie Mac would say in Players Club, it could be trouble, trouble. So, listen, stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. Um, Mitchell Robinson on his return played about 12 minutes or so, 12 minutes, 26 seconds. He was 3 of 3 from the field. He was 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He finished with 2 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 8 points. So a nice kind of get your feet wet type of game. Just get out there, feel what it's like to be out there on the court again with all the fans cheering you on or booing you, whatever it is. But like getting that whole feeling together, playing with your teammates, knowing where to be on the court, all that stuff's got to come back to him. But he looked pretty good in that time. There was one of the defensive plays. He was guarding somebody up at the top of the key. He poked at the ball. The ball, kind of got away from the guy. So, he still's got the active hands because that's one of those things that's new for Mitchell Robinson this year. A lot more active with his hands. That's why he was one of the steal leaders in the league before he got hurt. So, yeah, it's definitely good to see him do that. And then after when the guy gathered the ball, he took the shot and he shot a brick because Mitchell Robinson was right in his face. So, yeah, Mitchell Robinson makes a difference, and I'm sure there's a lot of happy Knick fans like myself that are excited to have him back. It's going to take some time to kind of get him like back up to speed. Couple, not a bunch of time, but we're talking like this is a perfect time for him. I said if he can get anywhere between 8 to 10 games, I think he'll be good to go to the playoffs. I mean, the only bad thing is I would love for him to have 8 to 10 games to be able to gel with the team, with OG and with Randall. Something like that would be even better. But it is what it is, man. You got to take it for what it is and just hope for the best. But yeah, Mitchell Robinson is back. And now it's all about the Knicks continuing to get healthy and get the rest of their pieces together to try to make a long playoff run. Right now, it's just all about seeding and just finding out which spot you want to be in or or hopefully stay in. Um, so that way, you get the most favorable matchup. Personally, I think the Knicks should try to stay in third seed. I mean, 2 seed's not bad either, but third seed is prime spot. Stay there, hold it down for as long as you can so you can get into the playoffs and lock it down. The third seed allows you to stay away from Boston until the Eastern Conference Finals, folks. So the third seed is the best possible spot to be in. And I just like the matchups and the good chances at a lot of home court advantage as well. Except you do have to go through the Bucks, and the Bucks would have the home court advantage because they would, if you stay in the third seed, they're currently in the second seed. So that is what it is, folks. But I definitely like where it's going. Shout out to JJ in the building. Salute, JJ. What's good? I hope you're doing well. Always good to see you, my brother. Dripmore is in the building. That's right, Dripmore, the preferred barber of still Knicks fans and the Knicks community is in the building. Let's go. What's going on, Dripmore? All right. So, listen, guys. I don't know if this is shocking to you, but it was shocking to me. I mean, we got to talk about it, man. The hottest team in the NBA. Muy caliente, folks. The hottest team in the NBA. Y'all know who that is? Without cheating, do y'all know who it is? I give you a couple seconds. You tell me who you think the hottest team is in the NBA. Don't cheat. Just put it in the chat if you know it. Or take a guess. Doesn't matter. I don't have any Jeopardy music, do I? Yeah, no. I don't have any Jeopardy music. Damn it. Sorry, guys. I'd love to hit you with some Jeopardy music. But I got some Swanee River. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, y'all be on your stuff. Okay, okay. Shout out to Dat Franco is in the building. Salute, brother. What's good? Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. D Block is in the building. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you, D Block. But look at you guys. Marcus Bias said Houston. That's right. D Block said the Rockets, and JJ said the Rockets are balling 10 in a row, right behind the Warriors for the play-in spot. Can y'all believe it? Yo, this is crazy because I thought the Rockets was going to be pretty good last year, right? But I was sadly mistaken. They were still very young, a little too wet behind the ears. They had no defensive intimidation whatsoever. They were like a turnstile. Everybody was doing what they wanted. This year, what did they do? They said we're gonna get some intimidators and some good defenders. They got Van Vliet, and then they got Dylan Brooks. And I got to tell you guys, like the whole identity of the team has changed, right? And then the other thing they had last year is Jalen Green started to struggle. Like he started off really good, and then he started to struggle towards the end of the season. Kind of, a little bit, not too crazy, but then coming into this season, he really struggled for whatever reason. Starting the season, he was just in a fog or something. All of a sudden, this young man is cooking, cooking, cooking. Ever since Drea said that she was pregnant with his baby, this dude is playing. This guy is balling. It's almost like he said, you know what? It's almost like who knows? Maybe I'm not even getting into that whole gossip with she's 20 years older than him and all that. I don't care. Bottom line is maybe the fact that he's about to have his, I guess I don't know. I guess you guys know more than me. I would assume I would hope this is his first child, but if maybe that's what's got him excited. Maybe he's like rejuvenated. Maybe he feels like a newfound something to really like, get up for. But this dude's playing like a monster. And Houston is like they got some good players over there. It's just some of the guys just have to play up to their potential. Jalen Green is a beast if he plays like I mean, you can see how he's playing now. Sengun, I think Sengun is hurt, if I'm not mistaken, but Sengun is a monster, man. Sengun is a really good player. Then you got Van Vliet, you know what he is. Dylan Brooks, he is what he is when he wants to be what he wants to be. You know what I mean? Like sometimes he could be really good, sometimes he could be just, Dylan Brooks. But even then, he still plays good defense. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. They seem like they're starting to believe in themselves. Now, granted, I always kind of look at things with a through a frosty lens sometimes because it is towards the end of the season. Some teams are playing for playoff positioning. I mean, other teams are not in it and their season is starting to kind of fall apart. And then coaches and general managers are starting to say, let's take a look at some other players on the team. We're starting to get to that point. So, Houston is just peaking at the right time. But hey, they got something to play for. And what better time to do it now? Because the Golden State Warriors are imploding. They just can't buy a break, man. And you guys know that Draymond Green is suspended indefinitely. And it kind of it almost is like the exclamation point on your thoughts. Like, are the Warriors done? And I feel like him getting suspended indefinitely lets you know the Warriors are done because he's just such a big part of that team. He does a lot to help them. Um, and they really need it. They really need it. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, got it. All right. Yeah, they really need it because they are. I still think they're a very small team. You know what I mean? I still think they're a very small team. Um, and so whatever defensive presence that he gives them, they need. And the intimidation factor. He's a monster. You know how he plays out there on the court. And he's not the same defender he used to be, but he's still a very adequate defender and can guard a lot of players in the NBA. Maybe not all 5 positions, but he can still guard a lot of players in the NBA. And so they're going to miss that because they don't really got a lot of that now. And some of their good defenders are older that are still with the team. So like Clay is not the same player he used to be. Well, we know that he has spurts, but it's not the same. So that kind of stinks. But anyway, the reason why I brought it up is because, as JJ put it, like Houston is right behind the Warriors. And right now they're in really good position to pass them by, to take that spot. We'll see how it plays out, but I don't know. It was sad, bro. It was sad watching Draymond get ejected because I looked at, they highlighted Curry's face and it's like Curry knew. Like it's not about the fact. I don't know what Curry was upset about specifically. Was he just upset that here we go again with Draymond doing some stupidness that affects the team? Or was it here we go, Draymond's gonna get kicked out and he's already been suspended indefinitely. He's probably gonna get suspended again, and this is gonna tank the rest of our season. The season's over. Maybe that's what he's thinking. I don't know. I think Curry is just at that point where how there's players that you think would stay with a team for their whole career. I think Curry would love to, but if there was ever a player that I know has been with that team for a long time, and it's like if they still want to play, I could see Curry leaving. But the only thing about Curry is I kind of feel like he's ready to hang it up soon. I think he's just ready to be done with basketball. He's a charismatic individual. He's got a good sense of humor. Um, he's knowledgeable about other things other than basketball. He's a pretty good golfer. I don't know. I just feel like he could do something else. Even sports casting, sports commentary. His father does it. I think he would be great at it too. So yeah, we'll see what happens with the Warriors and the Curry situation. But it's definitely not looking good. It's going in a different direction, folks. Yeah, JJ. I know. That's why I'm saying. Like, I felt like Curry was just looking at it like that. This is the culmination of my season. This tells me it's over. That's how I felt like he was looking at it. Like, it's done. We're done this year. It's over. So, um, shout out to Space Ghost in the building. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing good. And shout out to Long Island Sound in the building. What's good? Appreciate you. Um, Yes, Mitch has changed things. I agree. I agree. Let's keep watching because it's about to get spooky out there for the rest of the NBA. Keep watching. I mean, figuratively speaking, because this is the NBA wrap up, and so we're very impartial here. Oh, anyway, my bad. So, getting back to it. Yeah, I mean, so the Houston Rockets are in a really good position to do some damage. We'll take a look at Houston in the standings a little later when we get to the standings, but they're definitely playing really good basketball. As JJ pointed out, they have won 10 in a row, so good for them. You know what I mean? I mean, all we can say is it's about time. It's about time. In other news, man, you can't make this stuff up, bro. You can't make it up. But everything that's going on right now, with all this Shohei Ohtani stuff, right? And obviously, this stuff didn't happen overnight. It's obviously been going on. Um, so you know what I mean? You can't really it's not like he knew what was going on with, like, other players, and then he just started doing it. This is something they've been looking at, if it's true. But Jontay Porter, folks. Do any of y'all really know who Jontay Porter is? I mean, I know some of y'all probably know who Jontay Porter is, but a lot of people probably don't have any idea who Jontay Porter is. But Jontay Porter is the brother of Michael Porter Jr. Yep, that is correct. Michael Porter Jr. has a brother, and his name is Jontay Porter. And he plays for the Toronto Raptors. And so what's happening right now is that the NBA is investigating Jontay Porter for betting after witnessing some betting irregularities. Correct. Betting irregularities. So let's see if we can see what they say here. The NBA has opened an investigation into Toronto two-way player Jontay Porter amid gambling allegations. And shout out to USA Today Sports for this article. They're the ones talking about it here. Raptors coach Rajokovic. Yeah, there we go. Darko Rajokovic says he learned of the news shortly before the team's game on Monday night. ESPN first reported the investigation, which it said was focused on Porter's performance in games on, let's see, January 26th and on March 20th. So this is even funkier, guys. It's not just that maybe he's betting on games. He might be betting on games that he's playing in. That is a super no-no. You get caught doing that, you can kiss your career goodbye, baby. That's it. They find out you betting on games that you're actually playing in. Oh, you are done. So let's see where the rest of this goes. So apparently, in both games, Porter played briefly before leaving, citing injury or illness in both games. So that's January 26th and March 20th. A lot of separation between those dates. We're talking about a month and a half between the two of them. Okay. Porter was not with the team on Monday, and the Raptors said that was because of personal reasons. Uh, I never doubt injuries. I never doubt honesty from my players. Rajakovic said, obviously, I've never had a situation like this before. So in the first game against the Clippers, sportsbooks had Porter props set at over under 5.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 0.5 3-pointers. At the time, Porter had per game averages of 4.9 points, 3.4 rebounds, 2.2 assists, and 0.7 3-pointers prior to the game. There was a heightened level of betting interest on the under for Porter's props. He played 4 minutes before leaving because, according to the team, Porter aggravated an eye injury sustained on January 22nd. Hmm. Hmm. Might be a little cause for some, you know what I mean, fishiness. Let's read more. Porter's final numbers from the 26th of January game was no points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist, therefore hitting the under on all of his prop markets. DraftKings reported that the next day that Porter's three-pointers under bet was the public's biggest winner that night among all NBA props. Okay. ESPN reports that multiple betting accounts attempted to place wagers of 10,000 and 20,000 on Porter's unders in the game against the Clippers. The 20th of March game in question against the Sacramento Kings saw Porter again depart, this time after only 3 minutes because of what the team said was an illness. Porter's totals were set at 7.5 points and 5.5 rebounds. He took and missed 1 shot and had 2 rebounds. So he definitely hit the under, right? The DraftKings day after report said Porter's under wagers were the night's biggest money earners for bettors. Ooh, this might be a little fishy, folks. Porter's two-way contract with Toronto this season pays him $415,000. The league requires players to attend one anti-gambling training session conducted by their team and NBA each year. At least 4 G League players have been suspended, those sanctions ranging from 3 to 5 games for violating gambling policies. This season and in 2022, 6 NBA 2K League players were disqualified for breaking that league's gambling-related rules. Excuse me. Okay, now this is the rules, right? According to NBA rules, any player who wagers money on anything of value on any game or any event in the association or in the NBA G League can face sanctions from the league's commissioner, Adam Silver, ranging from a fine to perpetual disqualification. So he can basically suspend you for as long as he sees fit or indefinitely. The NBA has had business relationships with gaming companies for all right, I'm not going to read all that. Wow. Last week, Cleveland Cavaliers coach JB Bickerstaff revealed he received threats from gamblers last season and reported it to the NBA. Damn, people is hard up. They're like, yo, coach, I'ma kill yous. I'm a unalive yous. I got to get used to that for YouTube purposes. Can't be saying the other word. I'm unalive you. Sorry. Anyway, they got my telephone number and were sending me crazy messages about where I live and my kids and all that stuff. Now, that's crazy. That is crazy. I would be upset too. So it is a dangerous game and a fine line that we're walking for sure. And then some other players like Jordan Nwora just talking about how crazy it gets with fans talking about the gambling and how they're mad at the players and stuff like that. Okay. All right. But anyway, that's the gist of it, guys. So apparently Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, Jontay Porter, is being investigated for possibly faking injuries in order to hit the under for betting purposes. That's the story. I just feel like, and I may be mistaken, maybe baseball is a little tougher when it comes to gambling, but I think there's a little stiffer penalty when it comes to gambling if you're gambling on your own performance. I think that is like the biggest red flag. I know in baseball, you're out. Like in baseball, they don't play around with that. They automatically suspend you for a year, and then they have the right to suspend you forever. But they usually depending on how egregious it is, they will suspend the player for a year, like from no matter when it starts. If you got caught in the beginning of the season, you out the whole year. And then they can say they'll call it indefinitely and then have you go through some counseling, plead your case, you sit before them and all this stuff. And then they'll see if they want to let you back in. So, but you obviously know that it gets kind of crazy with like the Black Sox scandal and Pete Rose and all that other stuff. So, gambling, yes. Shout out to Space Coast, correct. Remember the Pete Rose saga. It ruined his legacy and status in baseball, which is true because young kids today probably don't even know who Pete Rose is. And Pete Rose is one of the best hitters ever in baseball. But because he gambled, he got kicked out of baseball. And, we know the story. What's good? Anthony D is in the building. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you, my brother. Yeah. So that's what's going on, guys. I don't know. I can't. I mean, I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't know. Like, I can understand the intrigue to bet, right? But if it's a no and you can get in trouble, because we bet because we know it's legal in certain places. I mean, of course, there's some underground illegal betting happening, but nowadays betting is legal in a lot of states. So, that's why we do it. We might bet here and there, but we bet in little money, $5, $10, maybe $1. I got a friend that bets 25 cents, but it's just for fun, right? For sport. So I can understand the intrigue to bet, but if you're a player, and it's not like it's not like Jontay Porter was making $50,000 or $100,000. He was making $415,000. I don't care that's nothing to sneeze at. Even if I'm on the bench, put me on the bench, I'll make $415,000 happily. So I don't know, man. That's wild, man. I can't get into the psyche of that. I feel like these players, especially players like that are on the fringe, like just trying to hope to stay in the NBA and have some type of longevity. I wouldn't want to do anything to jeopardize my opportunity. It's not easy to make that type of money anywhere unless you have a specified field that you went to school for and have proper training to. You know what type of job you got to have to make $415,000. You got to be like an anesthesiologist or something. Like it's crazy. I'm not even talking about lawyers and doctors and all that other. Like, come on, man. Right. Anthony D said, "Put me on the bench for 50K and a bucket of fries." Facts. You know what I mean? Like, come on, 415,000, and you want to be throwing it. Not only are you betting, but you might be accused of betting on yourself. What are we doing here? Can't make this stuff up, man. Can't make this stuff up. I don't know. He's definitely if they have the evidence on him, he's going down. We'll see how they deal with it though. We'll see how they facts or a YouTuber. Yeah. Yeah, we make nothing. I'll definitely take that 50K and a bucket of fries. Sign me up. But I don't know, man. It is what it is. But you know, like I said, that's his story. Now he's gonna have to deal with it and the consequences, whatever they may be, if there are any. But I'm assuming if they investigating you, something's up. Something's definitely up. All right. Uh Shout out to Craig. He said, "Deuce, what's good, Craig? Appreciate you, my brother. Hope you're doing good." Okay, got a couple questions here. Let me see here. How we doing for time? Okay, because I got to wrap up in like 15 minutes or so. I got to get ready for the next show. Got to get ready for the wrap up on the front stoop. Got a really dope artist to interview over there. His name is The Lettuce. I mean, there's more to his name, but The Lettuce, he'll explain it when he gets on the show. But he's 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 a dope MC. He's got a nice message behind him that he's trying to do. So yeah, man, it should be pretty fun. So if anybody's interested in some hip hop talk and getting to witness a new artist and their music and their craft, by all means at 9:30, check out the wrap up on the front stoop. Anthony D says, Ron, what was the best game you seen this year? Hmm. Hmm. It's tough, man, because I haven't really watched. I mean, if we're talking Nick games, that's one, but I haven't really watched a lot of other teams playing basketball yet this year. I've been kind of like last year. I probably watched more NBA games just to watch the games. This year, I've been kind of focused on the Knicks, so I can't really say that I've seen anything outside of the Knicks so far this year. I'm sure once we get to the playoffs, I'll be tuned in, and then I could probably give you a better answer about some other teams and some other games. But so far, if I'm being honest, and I know it happened recently, but the Knicks playing the Sacramento Kings was probably the best game I seen with the Knicks involved this year because it was a real exciting game. It was fast paced. It was a lot of back and forth. There was so many lead changes. It was a competitive atmosphere. It was like a playoff game. Yeah. So and that Sacramento arena is incredible with the fans, the crowd. Yeah, that was probably the best game. Yep. There you go, Anthony D. That's correct. That's the game, brother. That is right. That was the best game I've seen the Knicks play this year. I mean, not the best game they played, but the best game they were in with the other team going back and forth. Like, you know, because the Knicks have played probably better basketball because in January they were, you know what I mean? But in that game, it was just a really good game to watch. Even as a fan that maybe didn't like the Knicks, you would look at that game like this is a good game. Shout out to King Ja, 1985. Appreciate you. Salute. He says, Is iHeart the new starting center for the Knicks going forward? Yeah, I believe so. I believe so, and I think Mitch is okay with that because let's not forget, um, it doesn't matter because Mitch started right those first 21 games of the season, and iHeart came off the bench. But in a lot of the fourth quarters, iHeart was out there. So it don't matter who starts. With these two guys, they already get how it works. They've been playing, on the same team for, a year or two now. They get it. And they're really good friends. So I think they both want each other to succeed. And who knows what's going to happen, but they also know that one of them could be leaving. You know what I mean? Because really, it comes down. That's like a big thing. One of them could be leaving. Either Hartenstein might walk, take money somewhere else, or they might pay Hartenstein and trade Mitch, or they could keep both of them. We don't know. But like I said, there's a good chance that one of these guys is leaving. So I think they're just trying to do what they can. I think a lot of Nick players feel like this is a special year. And so they just want to be out there on the floor and do what they can because they don't know what this year could turn into. You know what I mean? So um yes, they do, Anthony D. I wouldn't mind having some fries. But what I did do for Lent, I haven't no, not eaten any of the meat, pause. Uh so we had a what did I have? I had a potato and egg hero tonight. That's correct. So I've been kind of, eating veggies or fish or whatever it is today. So and then tomorrow as well. uh Hey, the art man formerly known as Steve in the building. Salute. He said, my brother just stopping through before my pre-work nap. Peace, love, and soul train. I appreciate you, brother. Hey man, get that rest in because I know you're gonna be out there. You got the grind. I know you had how you gotta do what you gotta do, man. We appreciate you, brother. Excuse me. Um he said I was testing you. Come on, baby. Come on. Thank you, Anthony D. Yes. So I'm glad I passed the test. Yes, but that's why I hit it with the pause. These kids today, they're saying something else. I don't want to do that. I'm not jumping on that no Diddy thing. I'm not doing that. Listen, that's a whole nother thing, man. And I will be talking about that on the next show at 9:30. Stay tuned. I don't want to talk a lot about it, but I just gotta, talk a little bit about it, just a little bit. Anyway, so let's get to um the NBA standings. Now, the other thing that I wanted to point out, guys, is Nick Nurse was interviewed, and what he said was he expects Joel Embiid to be back before the playoffs. He's getting set to be back before the playoffs. And I've already said earlier, if you tune into the show, there's only 10 games left. So that means Embiid should be coming back very soon. Okay. So stay tuned because they're looking forward to getting him back. And he must be, if he's even saying he's set to return before the playoffs, and with 10 games left, that means he's probably looking pretty good right now. They just need him to kind of get his conditioning and all that stuff together before they even put him back on the court. And then he's going to have to get that conditioning going once he's on the court. Same thing like any of our players. I mean, Mitch and Julius. I think OG's probably in the best condition of all three of them. It's just he got the arm thing, but as far as his legs, he's been working, he's been running, he's played a little bit. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Um, but yeah, so let's get into the NBA standings with less than 10 games left for a couple teams, maybe. It's actually 10 games left for a lot of teams. And who knows? I think there might even be some team out there that has 11 games left, but whatever. I may be bugging, but I think that's what I saw. Um, but yeah, where's these standings here? Boom. Um, I guess we'll look at the playoff. They already got the playoff picture, so might as well look at this for standings. All right. So because this is what matters now. So let's pull this up for everybody to see. Here we go. Let me see if I can make that a little bigger for y'all. right there. How about that? All right. So this is what it's looking like here, folks. Currently, you can see the Boston Celtics are going crazy, folks. 57-15, best record in the league. And on the other side, the Nuggets are 51-22. And then look at the Thunder, 50-22, already at 50 games. Yo, that is nuts. I don't know. Oh, what can you say? So anyway, as you can see, the Celtics are waiting for the eighth seed, right? You got the play-in over here on the side. Right now, the Bulls are in ninth, the Hawks are in 10th, the Heat are in seventh, and the 76ers in eighth. So if the season was to end now, those teams would play each other to see what the seeding is going to be. And just look at the track. Look where it's at right now. So you see how important it is for a team like the Knicks, for example, to stay in the third seed or better, because fourth seed plays in the Boston bracket, and that means you would have to play the Boston team in the second round. Which I mean, it doesn't matter. The road is the road, whatever it is, right? But you would really love for the Knicks to be able to have a first round matchup that's favorable for them, right? And then they're gonna have to play a good team after that, most likely the Bucks. And you know what? This is your time to show that you can, beat the Bucks up. You beat the Bucks, and that punches your ticket to get to your first Eastern Conference Finals in over 10 years. You know, and then you get a matchup with Boston, most likely. I mean, could Boston get knocked out? Yeah, anything could happen, but most likely Boston will be there, right? And so then it would be for Knicks fans, a Knicks versus Boston showdown. Now, for other fans of your teams, I mean, the anything could happen, but really the best chances of anything happening would be the Bucks coming out of that bottom part of the playoff bracket, or who knows what the Heat are going to do, man, because the Miami Heat turns it on at the right time. So I don't know. Anything can happen. Even I got to tell you, another team that you got to be scared about, because as long as they're in and healthy, the 76ers can make some noise, guys. The 76ers have Nick Nurse as their coach. So there's a different coach, different mentality. They've got a better Tyrese Maxey this year. They've added Buddy Hield, right? And if they get back Joel Embiid, they might be cooking with some gas over there. So, gotta watch them. Gotta watch them. And then on the West, obviously the Nuggets, I don't know. I think the Nuggets is just waiting. Just bring whoever you're gonna bring, we'll play them and we'll do what we gotta do. Nuggets ain't worried about nothing. But the team to watch over there, the two teams to watch over there, because a lot of people were making a big deal about the Clippers, but the Clippers, they got their regular moments, right? But the two teams that you really got to pay attention to are the Thunder and the Timberwolves. Because honestly, the Timberwolves have the best shot of coming out of the West. I mean, other than the Nuggets, you know what I mean? Like they got the best shot to knock the Nuggets off. Timberwolves got the right personnel. They got a good coach, and they just have they got a really good team. You know what I mean? It's a good team balance. So they could really make some noise. The Thunder would just shock me. You know, I mean, that would just be surprising to me. Whatever they're doing, it would just be shocking. And I guess the only other team that I think uh is interesting is the Dallas Mavericks, because they've been playing pretty well lately, but they're a little fugazi for me. I don't trust the Mavericks after what they did last year. I don't know with them. Um, but I guess some people might say a team to watch is the Phoenix Suns, because they want to prove that their big three over there is not a fluke, a flop, a mistake. And so maybe all they want to do is just try to find their way into the playoffs. Once they get into the playoffs, they can turn it on. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But this is the picture, folks. This is what it's looking like. And it's interesting, man. I don't know how y'all feel, but I don't know. This is very interesting, because I think anything can happen. When you look at things like this, anything can happen. And OKC is just, man, I don't know. That team is shocking. I don't know what to expect from them. Let's see. Uh King Josh says the Celtics are not unbeatable. I agree. I agree. Um, we the best matchup for the Celtics fully healthy. I could see that. I could see that. Anthony D says, I say sit Randall for the first round. I mean, for the first round. Yeah, maybe. Listen, we gonna need Randall if we want to. I mean, I honestly think we're gonna need Randall if we really want to have a shot at knocking off a team like a Boston. Hell, we may even need Randall if we're able to get to the second round and play the Bucks. We may need Randall. So yeah, I'm with you, Anthony D. I just want Randall to be as healthy as possible out there. Agreed. Yeah, King Ja. The Thunder going to learn a lot this year, and that's going to help them for next year. Yeah, they're in the right pace, the right space, the right course. They're going to be a tough team for years to come. And they still got picks and draft picks and trade that they got assets to trade for. They're in a good spot. Space Ghost says the Pelicans are handling the Bucks right now. Yeah, let's see. That's why I'm telling you that road to the Eastern Conference Finals is better if the Knicks get the third seed or better. Go through Milwaukee first, get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then deal with Boston. But go the other route first. It's a better road, I think. So, all right. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. A nice little short, sweet, abbreviated show. Give you a little something, tuck you around the NBA, let you know what's happening, so we're all in tune. Because you know what I mean. This helps me too. Sometimes I don't be paying attention to what's going on around the league, and this kind of helps me get back into the mix to see what the forecast is looking like. You know what I mean? Um, Anthony D says, "Smash them likes." Yes, please do. Thank you, Anthony D. I appreciate you, brother. Um, But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. I thank you for being here and rocking with me. Stay tuned, man. We're gonna continue to hopefully be a little bit more consistent bringing these shows to you. And as the NBA starts to ramp up, we get into playoff time, it should be even more fun. Yeah. I got you, brother. I will. I will. Um, So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely excited. But like I said, guys, if you're interested in some hip hop talk and then also being able to view and see a new artist that is ready to showcase, the talent and talk about their craft, tune into the wrap up on the front stoop at 9:30. So in about 10 minutes or so, we'll be heading over there. Check it out, man. I'll be joined by Eru. You know how we do. Keep it in the fam. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here and rocking. And whatever team you're a fan of, I hope they do great. I hope they have a chance to make it to the playoffs and extend their season. But if you're a Knick fan, y'all know how we do, baby. Let's go. We out of here. And I'm not gonna play no music today because I'm gonna play it over there on the front stoop until we get a new song. Probably gonna chill with the music until we get a new intro song or something. But so stay tuned for that. This has been great to see y'all as always. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.